selling out the Forum. You know, first Madison Square Garden, now the Forum. And he's doing it because the fans just want to see him in the ring, regardless of who he fights against.
Tom, obviously.
Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, when this fight was first announced, Gennady Golovkin versus Kell Brook, when I did my video to talk about the announcement, one of the first things I said in that video was, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but despite the fact that Kell Brook is a natural welterweight, this may be the best opponent on Gennady Golovkin's resume. And ironically enough, today, as Gennady Golovkin and Kell Brook were in the UK doing their media gathering to promote the fight, Gennady Golovkin pretty much corroborated with me and damn near said the same thing. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and quote what he had to say about Kell Brook. Kell Brook is the biggest test to me. He's a great champion, he's moving up in weight, but great fighters have done that, and I know he's a great boxer, and he will test me the most. Now, and I know that Gennady Golovkin's job is to promote the fight, but I believe Gennady Golovkin when he says that Kell Brook, at least in terms of resume, an undefeated champion, a fighter that could easily be considered top 2, top 3 best fighter at the welterweight division. If you look at his accomplishments, if you look at Kell Brook's skills, you look at the biggest win that Kell Brook had over Shawn Porter, and we all know Shawn Porter is not a pushover. We just seen Shawn Porter go to war with Keith Thurman. If you look at all of Kell Brook's attributes and you compare them to Gennady Golovkin's opponents that he's faced before Kell Brook, then yeah, I would agree. Kell Brook is the best fighter that Gennady Golovkin has faced. So this is the question that I ask fans right now. If Gennady Golovkin is 34 years old, and the best opponent that he has ever faced to this point is a fighter that jumped up 2 weight classes and is considered to be a massive underdog in this fight. If this is Golovkin's best opponent that he's ever faced, where do you guys rate Gennady Golovkin as pound for pound? Matter of fact, to help you guys answer that question and make it a little bit easier when it comes to answering, let me ask you this question, since Gennady Golovkin's name is often synonymous with Floyd Mayweather's name. Let's just say hypothetically, the best opponent on Floyd Mayweather's resume was Juan Manuel Marquez. I mean, let's just say hypothetically, he never fought the Canelos, the Mosleys, the Diego Corrales, Gennaro Hernandez, Castillos, the Manny Pacquiaos. Let's just say, for the sake of this comparison, if Juan Manuel Marquez was considered Floyd Mayweather's biggest test, like Floyd Mayweather was looking at Juan Manuel Marquez as his Tommy Hearns, as his Corrales, as his Manny Pacquiao, etc., etc. Where would you guys have Floyd Mayweather rated on the pound for pound list? Would you even have him on the pound for pound list? Would he be closer to the bottom 10? Would you have him closer to the top 5? Same question for Gennady Golovkin. One more time. since Golovkin is telling us something that I agree with, that Kell Brook may possibly be the best opponent on his resume, but I do have to create the distinction because Golovkin, he is saying it a little different. He's not saying exactly what I said. Gennady Golovkin is saying that this is the biggest test for him. It's pretty much the same, but just not verbatim, word for word. Where would you rate Gennady Golovkin? And the question is, where would you rate Golovkin before the Kell Brook fight? That is the question. So with that question out of the way, once again, I want to say this fight, not because of the size disparity, but just because where the fight is taking place is this fight. It reminds me a lot of Ricky Hatton versus Costa Tszyu. The only difference is, or one of the main differences is, Ricky Hatton and Costa Tszyu, they were the exact same size. They both fought in the same division. This fight kind of reminds me of that fight only because Ricky Hatton was a massive underdog in that fight, going up against Costa Tszyu, who was considered at the time, pound for pound, number 3, the best fighter in the world. No one really gave Ricky Hatton a chance. But the fight was in his backyard, and Ricky Hatton, he pulled off the upset. He forced the pound for pound champion Costa Tszyu to quit on his stool. Not suggesting that that's going to happen in this fight, because I don't think that's going to happen, but I keep thinking about that fight just because, once again, the geography of where this fight has been held. But with that all being said, I'm going to pretty much wrap this video up early because I have some other videos to make. But yeah, go ahead and answer that question, and yeah, let me know what you guys think about Gennady Golovkin saying that Kell Brook is his biggest test. That's pretty much all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
My name is Janita and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.